What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Take a moment to subscribe. Help me to get to 300 subscribers. Thank you so much. One of the things I really like about Jayden Daniels is he's wise beyond his years. And another thing that I really, really like is that he does what he says he's going to do. Doing one of his sort of exit interviews with the media at the end of the season, he said he needed to bulk up. And so he did. There's a viral sort of photo or video of him at OTAs, and his arms are noticeably larger. I think his chest is also larger as well. So he is definitely bulked up. And if you think about his history, you know that, when he was a little kid, he had a sign above his door going out of his doorway in his bedroom that said, "I will be in the NFL one day." And he used to touch it frequently. And lo and behold, that's what happened. If you think about the Rookie of the Year season that he had, that was one of his goals. He wrote down stats of successful rookie quarterbacks. And, he kept that with him. And he certainly did more than enough to be Rookie of the Year. He was in the MVP of the league conversation last year. So I really like that about him. And if you sort of look at the screenshots on the video here, you'll see that I sort of forecasted that a little bit. And although it's just one season and he has to be healthy and consistent over many years, it certainly looks like he's headed the way of being a great quarterback. Now, these are, sort of posts that I put on Twitter. And I was wrong about one thing that I did not include. And I felt that he and Cliff Kingsbury would clash. And one of the things that I've learned about Jaden is that he finds a common middle ground for him and the relationships that he has, so that both parties can work towards success. I remember there was a quote that he had in the middle of the season when he was interviewed by the media, and I'm paraphrasing, but they asked him, how does he get along with the various personalities? And he said, essentially, that there's a certain point that everybody has where they enjoy themselves. And he says he tries to tap into that. And that is a wisdom that a lot of us don't have, especially at that age. So I believe in a lot of ways he has sort of like a spiritual wisdom to him. And if we all had that, we'd certainly not be quarreling about race, politics, and all of that, the other stuff. And so if you're curious as to how I came up with these assessments prior to the draft, again, I study players. I watch full games. I take a keen sort of look at their athleticism, their motor, and all that kind of stuff. But I also dabble, and I won't say dabble because I'm definitely extensively do a bit of sports astrology. And you may say, oh, that's woo-woo, or that's BS. That's just magic. No, it has nothing to do with magic. There's a purpose for the stars, a purpose for the planets. And one of the things that is key about astrology is we come here with a certain energy and under certain circumstances. And it's our duty to sort of rise above that, which we can because we have choice, sort of rise above that. And once we do rise above the conditions in which we were born, we are closer to spirit, God, whatever have you. But I'm not going to turn this into sort of a new age spiritualist type of video, but God definitely leaves clues. And I was able to see that with this young man. And that's another reason why I feel like Shedeur Sanders should be a pretty good quarterback. I believe he'll be a starter and he should be pretty good. I also believe the same about Cam Ward. Will they be on the level of a Jayden Daniels? I'm not quite sure, but I believe they will be good quarterbacks and they will be in the league for a while. And so, one thing I always say is, by the time you get 25, you really start to fill out, no matter what your size is. My wife was ultra slim when she was younger. And then by the time she got 25, she gained, 10 to 15 pounds. Now she's still slim because she's so active, but she still, within her frame, gained, 10 to 15 pounds. Me, I gained probably 70 pounds from when I was 24, 23. And it just comes naturally. So I always felt that Jaden Wood put on some weight just by turning that 25 years old. But he's taken a step further and he has enhanced that by bulking up. And you can, again, see it in his chest, see it in his arms. And man, and I was looking at some highlights of him throwing in the off season, and it seems like he has a little bit more arm strength as well. And so he is really working at his craft. And we all know about how passionately he works. We know about the story where as soon as he was drafted, he got a playbook and he was practicing plays on the plane ride home. Like, that is special. And we all should strive to be successful in that way. So what do you guys think? He looks super jacked, and I think he's got more room where he can add some more weight. Some people said, I hope he doesn't slow him down. Now it's not going to slow him down. He's not working too hard on his legs. He's working on that upper body because they were going after him. They were trying to hit him big. And at 6'4", running upright, he's a big target. So he's got to buff up a little bit. He can turn into Robo QB if he gets bigger. But anyway, yeah. So what do you guys think? And what do you guys think about the posts that I put, those screenshots? Like, I sort of called it, and I'm not trying to brag or anything, but what I'm trying to say is that God leaves clues for sure. And again, one of the things I said was I didn't believe that he would get along with Cliff Kingsbury. I posted that on Twitter as well. But Jaden is such that he reaches a middle ground with people even that he disagrees with. And he finds where their joy is and he tries to focus on that. So even though Cliff Kingsbury is maniacal and he probably can be a bit anal, I'm pretty sure that Jaden sort of reflects back how, okay, it's not that serious. And I'm sure Cliff is like, you know what, he's right. So he probably taps into that energy. But so I was wrong about that for sure. I felt that Cliff Kingsbury would get along more with Drake May, but I really wanted Jayden Daniels for the team. So, but yeah. So what do you guys think? Leave a comment below, and thank you so much for tuning in.